backdoor, finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven at a reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Down to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Go backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
With the puck, tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Found another goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz!
Little right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good!
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good!
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a good Saturday morning. Welcome to another edition of high school basketball, EDC basketball on yourliveevent.com. It is the final day of the EDC basketball tournament. Girls and boys join together for a full day of basketball, beginning with some state qualifiers and this morning's matchup featuring Davies taking on Fargo North. Winner of this one will likely get the 3 seed, I believe, going into the state tournament. That will be decided after the fact, but the winner of this one will get a spot onto the state tournament as a representative out of the East. Losing team will call it a season. Our schedule for today will begin with Davies in North in a state qualifier. Then it's Red River and Shanley. We'll move on to the boys' state qualifiers, Shanley and Grand Forks Central, Devils Lake and Red River, with the girls' championship to be played at 6 between Cheyenne and West Fargo, with the boys' championship between Davies and North. So that is what our schedule is looking like here today, and it'll be a good day of basketball at the Shack. I'm Joel Morgan, alongside me, Trevor Olson, coach of Fargo South, and we saw some good basketball coming the other day from Cheyenne as they got their win over Davies. Well, Fargo North was able to put up offensive numbers against Wahpeton. These two teams met in the regular season, but postseason a little bit different, but a lot to take away from their first 2 games and their first matchup.
Oh, it's always going to be an interesting matchup third time around. North had the game of the year at the best time to have the game of the year, and they're hoping to build off of that momentum. We talked about it a lot on Thursday, but it's always the hardest thing in basketball to beat a team for a third time. And when all the pressure's on, North has got to be feeling loose. You know, they feel great to be in this game, and I think it's going to be an interesting one to start the day.
Something both North and Davies have to be thinking about going into today's game. 19 first-half points for Davies and their semifinal loss against Cheyenne. Not too often you hold a team like Davies to 19 points. And North's trying to figure out what Cheyenne did in that game, and Davies is going to try to figure out to counter what Cheyenne did in that game.
Oh, exactly. I mean, a team as offensively skilled as Davies, you know, you're not used to seeing that kind of performance across the board when they have such talented guards in their starting lineup, such talented guards coming off the bench. So just a high-powered offense. We saw it the other night, even in a little bit of a down game for Davies. They still went on 8-10-0 runs over the course of 50 seconds, a minute of game time. So never know what you're going to see.
And Davies held Cheyenne to about 34% shooting. They shot 30% themselves. A number they got to be looking at is North shooting 51% in their win against Wahpeton, something that they're going to try to key in on.
Oh, absolutely. And I know Coach Safransky well enough that they pride themselves on their defense, and especially they're holding teams to a certain limited amount of shots from the three-point line. So they're going to hope that the defense is there able to contest the shots today.
So Davies and North will face off here in an EDC state qualifying game, game number 1 of the day here at the Shack. We're going to take another break here on our pregame show. We got a whole lot more coming your way next.
Through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Many factors impact your ability to increase profits on the farm. Make sure your planter is an asset and not a liability. Some limiting factors in making the perfect planter pass are row maintenance, meter calibration, and downforce management. It will not cost you anything to have the conversation about identifying those limiting factors. Call RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Buying a new home but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Bank of North Dakota wants you to be confident when it's time to make student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident to calculate the maximum amount of student loan debt that is recommended based on your career choice. You can also learn how to apply for financial aid and get tips to cut education expenses. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident today.
Back here on our pregame show, EDC Basketball State Qualifier on yourliveevent.com. Reminder, this broadcast of this tournament game has been authorized by special arrangement with the Board of Directors of the North Dakota High School Activities Association, Halston Telephone Company, RJ Broadcasting, and Your Live Event. And the winner of this game moves on to the state tournament. Next qualifier right afterwards will be Shanley and Red River. And then we'll move on to the boys state qualifiers beginning at 2:30, Shanley and Grand Forks Central. Devils Lake against Red River. EDC Girls Championship begins around 6. West Fargo against West Fargo Cheyenne. Fargo North and Fargo Davies will play for the boys championship. And Trev, you got the battle within the cities. You got the West Fargo schools battling for the EDC Girls Championship. You got 2 Fargo schools battling for the EDC Boys Championship. And it was a fun atmosphere the last 2 days in this building, and it's just going to be rocking here for those last 2 games in particular.
That's what's great about this time of year, and these last 2 days didn't disappoint. It's a showcase for our conference and the level of basketball, both girls and boys side. Just phenomenal games across the board both days. So we're looking forward to some of the same today.
Yeah, it should be a very good day of basketball. Remember, all games here on yourliveevent.com. If you miss anything, want to check back on games yesterday, all those games archived on our website as well. We'll take one last break. We'll come back to meet your starting lineups coming up next. It's EDC Basketball on YLE.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
You live life on the move. While you determine what direction that may be, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with values. Go with friends. Go with support. Go with convenience.
Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo, and the 2023 season will be their biggest yet. 6 classes of weekly racing each Friday night beginning May 5th, plus World of All Out late models on June 28th, World of All Out sprint cars on August 26th, plus the Sanders Stock Car Challenge, 2-night Howie Schill NRA late model special, Big Iron Race, and much more on the schedule. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information. Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo.
St. John Paul II Catholic Schools is a community inspiring excellence through faith, learning, and service. They have provided a faith-based learning environment for over 100 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area. At JP2 Catholic Schools, they form community leaders as they begin their journey of excellence, beginning with 3-year-old little deacons all the way through 12th grade deacons. The tradition of excellence continues at JP2 Catholic Schools. It is the Deacon Way. Good luck to all athletes from JP2 Catholic Schools.
The Benedictine Living Community in Ada is currently hiring for the following positions: Director of Nursing, full-time exempt position; CNA, full and part-time, need not be certified to apply, will train you; Resident Assistant, full-time assisted living position; and RN LPN charge nurse, full-time days and overnights. For more information, log on to blcada.org/jobs or call 218-784-5500. Consider a career with the Benedictine Living Community in Ada.
The Fargo South Bruin Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities. They're grateful for the current corporate sponsors, Gate City Bank, Craftwell, Midco, and First International Bank, for their continued support. The mission of the Bruin Booster Club is to support students' ability to participate in all kinds of South High activities, while promoting school spirit, encouraging parent and community support for the Bruins. There's still time to become a member. Check them out on Facebook or search the Fargo South homepage for more information.
If you love Bison football like I do, you're going to love this. The Bison credit card from First Western. People ask me all the time, how did you get that? Easy. I'm a fan.
Introducing the Bison credit card, featuring cashback rewards and no annual fee. Only available at First Western to all credit-approved Bison fans.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
Go Promo is a brand-boosting, swag-selling, creative promo agency.
We provide the highest quality screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products to organizations that want to build and strengthen their brand. Go Promo also provides custom pop-up stores to manage orders, payments, sizing, and more online. With locations in West Fargo, Bismarck, and Hope, we have you covered. Go to justgopromo.com or follow us on social media. That's justgopromo.com. Consider it branded.
Now it's time to introduce the cheerleaders, starters, and coaches for today's game. First of all, the cheerleaders representing Fargo Davies. Introducing Paige Schlenker, Emma Fremstead, Sarah Delgado, Jade Utter, Haley Kasprowitz, McKenna Lunick, and JC Schnitzer. The cheer coaches, Acacia Wetstein and Savannah Dufault. Now let's meet the cheerleaders for Fargo North. Introducing Eliana Nelson, Olivia Bennett, Alexa Aguiano Navarro, Salamatu Rugbezi, and Dorshell Pollard. The Spartans cheer coach is Leah Ness. And now here is this morning's starting lineups. First of all, as we do this alternately, first of all, for the Fargo Davies Eagles. Starting at guard, a 5'8" junior, number 3, Carly Franks. For the Spartans at guard, a 5'5" sophomore, number 4, Grace Steele. For the Eagles at guard, a 5'8" freshman, number 5, Fallon Passanante. For the Spartans at guard, a 5'9" senior, number 5, Arden Faulkner. For the Eagles at guard, a 5'7" junior, number 20, Ashton Safransky. For the Spartans at guard, a 5'6" sophomore, number 15, Grace Anderson. For the Eagles at forward, a 5'10" senior, number 22, Ashley Wacha. For the Spartans at guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 22, Olivia Hammis. And for the Eagles at a post, 6'2", a senior, number 34, Macy Wielden. And for the Spartans at forward, a 6' sophomore, number 32, Carrie Osher. The assistant coaches for Fargo Davies, Barry Anderson, Justin Undum, Zach Holkalter, and Kenley Monkey. The head coach of the Davies Eagles is Tona Safransky. The assistant coaches for Fargo North, Darren Baltazar and Amy Stoa. The head coach of the Spartans is Brian Kaluza.
And there we go. That is the introduction of our starting lineup here for this EDC state qualifying game on YourLiveEvent.com. Fargo North 8-16 on the season, number 7 seed in this tournament. Davies 20-2 on the season. They are the number 1 seed in this EDC tournament. Last 2 meetings are the only meeting between these teams. Strike that they did play twice. 70-44 and 68-42 in favor of the Davies Eagles. Fargo North did not have a double-figure score in either of those 2 meetings between these 2 teams. So something to keep in mind here as the opening tip-off is won by the Davies Eagles. Handled by Wacha. We'll drop it back to Safransky as we are underway here, 18 minutes up on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Here comes a 3 from the corner. That one off the iron, and rebound batted around. Passanante will come away with this basketball and back over to the near side to Franks. Franks drives, loses the ball, controlled by the Eagles. Macy Wielden will hit the bucket and gets 2, and Davies out to a 2-0 lead.
Davies right into that patent press of theirs.
Ball brought up court. Ambus with the basketball will hand it off to Faulkner between the circles. Comes to Thiel, tries to go across the lane. Safransky the steal. Safransky comes to the near side. Franks up for 3, and that one is good.
Franks for 3.
And North trying to extend the court, a miscue on the pass, and that will come out of bounds. And Davies on these first 2 possessions, offensively, defensively, kind of putting the hammer down early.
This is the pace that Davies wants to play at. That was going to be one of the keys of the game, is if Davies can get this fast pace going or not.
Davies handling the basketball. Safransky will come to the corner. Inside, Wielden hook shot, that is good. Macy Wielden has 4 and 7 straight to start the game for Davies. A drive for Thiel, count it, and 1. She'll go to the line, and that's what North's needed here to get this offense rolling.
And give credit to North, unfazed by the 7-0 start, just continuing to attack and push the ball and get downhill.
You know, it is cliche, it's the playoffs. You're not going to think about those 2 meetings you had during the regular season, and that's true because, you know, like you said, the pressure is probably a little bit more on Davies right now to try to return to the state tournament, as Thiel will get the 3-point play, makes it 7-3. Well, North is trying to exceed expectations with the win here today.
It's the ultimate test this time of year of who can forget about what has happened and focus on this game here and now.
Pass across to Wielden, gets closed in quickly, finds Passanante for 2. This one comes up short of the iron, was grabbed at the baseline by Thiel, gets bumped, but controls the basketball, and here comes a feed up court. Faulkner, hook shot misses. Ball gets brought down by Carly Franks.
Davies continuing to push, off makes and misses here.
Passanante from the wing, sends it back to Safransky. Squares up the shot, doesn't like what she sees. Will take an extra second, comes to Passanante off the iron. Ball gets picked up by Franks. Putback is good. Carly Franks has 5, and it is now 9-3.
That's already a big difference what we saw on Thursday. Davies doing a good job of taking the shots that they're being given, not forcing anything, just continuing to commit to the offense.
And fouled at the rim, Grace Thiel. She'll go to the line. We'll get 2 shots coming up as she drew that hard contact. That came from the freshman Fallon Passanante. And Thiel will go to the line and try to make it a 9-3 game.
And again from North, just continuing to push, not giving up, not changing what they want to do.
As the free throw will be good for Grace Thiel. Coming off 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists in that performance against Wahpeton that got him into this game. You can tell she's a facilitator the way she's handled the first 2 drives here of this game as she hits the second free throw. She's made all of her shots, makes it 9-5. We got a timeout on the court, and we'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
Back on yourliveevent.com, 15:46 to go in the first half of this state qualifying matchup in the EDC girls basketball tournament on yourliveevent.com. Davies leads 9-5 on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. A 20-win team is the Davies Eagles. 8-16 is Fargo North. A drive trying to come in as Franks goes top of the key. Safransky's going to miss the shot. Rebound is picked up and controlled by North as they will bring this one up court. It's Thiel with the basketball on the wing. Comes to drive, gets held up. We'll feed this one to Faulkner, and it's poked away. Safransky right there in the passing lane is going to settle it on the wing. Now for the drive, and off double coverage gets denied. Ball controlled by Davies.
That's where Safransky is so deadly. Some of the quickest hands in the state.
Safransky gets the feed, will miss the shot. Rebound gets pulled down by Faulkner. 21 points for her, had a handful of threes made in that victory. If she gets going, that could be big for Fargo North, and Davies has that one on their mind here as there's 17 seconds on the shot clock. Hammes with the basketball on the wing, tries to go inside, partially deflected, comes out of bounds. Who's last to touch? They're going to say it's North. Substitution for Davies. Brooke Everson will check into the game. Ashley Watch is going to check out.
North committed this extended zone very early, making it tough at times for Davies, but Davies also finding holes too.
Passanante held up, feeds to Safransky. Will come to Franks. Franks trying to drive. Ends up in the hands of Safransky. Works its way to the elbow. Shot is good. It took a shooter's roll for Macy Wheeldon, her 6th of the game, and is 11-5.
Good little shooter's touch on that bounce right there.
North trying to set their offense. Fuji with the ball, tries to feed to the block, and this one is going to come out of bounds. I believe last touch by Davies will be North's basketball.
Davies is really trying to set the tone on defense right now. Much different tempo and style from what we saw on Thursday.
Ball gets sent inbounds. Thiel tries to drive. Safransky in there to close out. We'll try again. Moves to the near side. 7 on the shot clock. They need to hurry as no one with clear control of the basketball, and it is grabbed by Thiel, and they're going to call a held ball, and it will go to North, but they just have 1 second here.
1 second on the shot clock. What's North going to do here?
Inbound, shot on the way. It's in time, but will miss the iron and comes out of bounds. That's one of those situations, I think, Trev, where you know how good Davies is in transition. You know how good they are at creating turnovers. Do you just kind of concede the safe play, and maybe you don't get the shot, but you don't cost some points?
Correct. I mean, it was the right read. Get the ball to the kid where you want the shot coming from. Just tough to make anything happen with 1 second left.
Franks from the elbow, good for 2. She's got 7. That is 13-5. 8-point advantage, Davies. That will be their largest lead of this contest as we're under 13.5 to play here on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Fuji with the ball, tries to drive the lane, gets held up. Davies has not given North an inch inside on the post. They've used their post presence wisely as the shot's on the way. It's going to be a foul, and that'll put Olivia Hammis to the line to shoot 2.
North doing a good job continuing to attack on offense, even against this heavy pressure from Davies.
Hammis to the line, shooting 2, and will miss the first. North just one made field goal in this game. Quinn Scari and Mariah Berrien will come into the game. Second shot by Hammis, that is off the iron. She goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Scari's going to handle the basketball near side. Swings across. Berrien will take a look. Will come to Passanante, top of the key. Kansas went off to Everson, 15 seconds on the shot clock, and North trying to take away the inside presence right now from Davies. Everson on the drive, feeds across the lane. Macy Wielden scores her 8th.
North was looking to change it up, playing their man defense there, trying to not let Passanante catch on it.
Trying to come in, Thiel the drive. No room to work in. Feeds to Faulkner to the baseline, off the glass and in. Carrie Osier will get the second field goal of the game for North, and it is 15-7.
Great drive and great find there.
Davies trying to come it off the post. Passanante through the double coverage will lose this one, and it goes untouched. And a turnover from Davies, and it will go to the Spartans. Spartans will make a substitution. Grace Anderson will come back into the game. For our first about 6 minutes of this game, 58% shooting from Davies, 40% shooting from Fargo North.
And you just wonder, how does North respond to this pressure now? We're 6 minutes into the game. Everybody knows what everybody's trying to do. Just how does North respond now?
Thiel comes in beyond the arc, finds Hammis. Will come top of the key to Faulkner. Now to the corner, 3 on the way. This one hits the iron. Wielden right there for the rebound. Nice job, Wielden, really posting up and getting her where she wanted to be for that rebound.
The recent Cobra commit having a great start to this game.
Yeah, posting up against Osier. You got a pretty even, maybe a little bit of height-wise advantage to Wielden with Osier as a drive and up for 2. Brooke Everson will hit that 2 and makes it 17-7, and we're going to get a timeout on the court. Timeout Spartans, 11:23 to go in the first half. They trail by 10. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hi, I'm Doug Johnson, one of the owners here at TCI Insurance. We've been in business since 1985. We're based here in West Fargo and in Wimbledon, North Dakota. We work really hard to give our customers peace of mind and protect what's important to you. Check us out in our West Fargo location, right on the frontage road, across from Costco.
Hi, I'm Stacy. We love working with our crop insurance clients.
I'm Jessie. We have great options for crop hail insurance.
Hi, I'm Stephanie. Check out our website at tciteam.com.
Hi, I'm Molly. We bundle your home and auto.
Hi, I'm Garrett. Let's visit about an umbrella policy.
Hi, I'm Eric. Check out TCI for life and health insurance.
Hello, I'm Leon. We can take care of all your farm insurance.
Hi, I'm Bo. Think of TCI for all your commercial and business insurance.
We look forward to working with you.
We are back here on YourLiveEvent.com. 17-7 the score here in this EDC state qualifying game between Davies and Fargo North. Joel Morgan, Trevor Olson, head coach of Fargo South with me here on this broadcast. And North is showing some strong composure in this game. Defensively, they seem to go toe-to-toe with Davies. It's a 10-point deficit, but like you're saying off air, it doesn't feel like North is down by 10 right now.
North getting some really good shots and handling the pressure considerably well. Davies doing a fantastic job before it's in some deep shot clock possessions here early, and North not backing down.
And North not forcing a whole lot as we get a steal right there. Everson, who scored the last field goal for Davies, will get a steal. Comes onto the near side. Franks had the basketball, couldn't find room to drive.
And to your point, it's always hard against a defense that's as tenacious as Davies is across the board to not force shots up. So
we'll get a travel call against Davies. The ball comes back to North. Nora Flugie will come back into the game. So Flugie back in as there's 10:49 to go in the half. There's that moment. There's that moment on the court. It's an uncomfortable moment where you feel like, if you get a good look, something wrong might be happening. When you get a lane, you feel, and Davies makes you so uncomfortable on the court. North just responding as a 3 on the way. That will miss for Faulkner. It's picked up by Davies. They're not rushing anything.
Correct. That's what's so impressive about this start from North.
A drive, hook shot, good for 2. That's a pair for Ashley Wacha, her first. And now a 12-point game, 19-7.
And Davies just has so many weapons across the board, starting and off the bench.
Safransky, the steal, feed across the lane. Hook shot, no good, but a trip to the free throw line coming up for the Davies Eagles. And Mariah Berrien will go to the line to shoot 2.
And you see again Safransky being the difference maker on defense with her getting hands on the ball. I believe that's 4 or 5 possessions now. She's caused a steal or caused a juggle pass.
And first free throw, and that one is good. And that's the hallmark of both the girls and the boys program for Davies is their ability to do that. Their ability to get in the right spot to create the turnovers and their ability to finish and score as the second shot is good. I would imagine there's some competition between the two teams in the hallways and in the classroom about playing that style of basketball.
Oh, there's no competitors with Davies girls basketball or boys basketball. What do you mean?
It's fun to see when you're around the hallways of a high school, to see the competition within the teams, the competitions within the sport. As Thiel looking to find an open shooter, comes to Hammis. Now over to Thiel for 3. This one's off the iron. Three-point shooting was particularly strong in their win against Wahpeton. North has been able to hit the ones from long range, as 2 at the other end for Ashley Wacha. She has scored 4 straight, and now Davies really starting to settle in offensively. North is going to have to start hitting some shots here. Feed comes to Faulkner at the rim, gets 2. That's a good start if you're Fargo North.
Right on cue there, Joel.
Safransky in the lane, goes beyond the arc. Wacha for 3. That will miss. Right there for the rebound is Arden Faulkner, and it's into the hands of Grace Thiel.
That's one thing we talk about Davies, just attacking you from every angle possible, all guard positions possible.
And a feed to Franks, and she will get her 9th. And a timeout needed by North. Timeout comes with 8:52 in the first half. We'll be back on YourLiveEvent.com.
Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo, and the 2023 season will be their biggest yet. 6 classes of weekly racing each Friday night beginning May 5th, plus World of All Out late models on June 28th, World of All Out sprint cars on August 26th, plus the Sanders Stock Car Challenge, 2-night Howie Schill NRA late model special, Big Iron Race, and much more on the schedule. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information. Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo.
St. John Paul II Catholic Schools is a community inspiring excellence through faith, learning, and service. They have provided a faith-based learning environment for over 100 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area. At JP2 Catholic Schools, they form community leaders as they begin their journey of excellence, beginning with 3-year-old little deacons all the way through 12th grade deacons. The tradition of excellence continues at JP2 Catholic Schools. It is the Deacon Way. Good luck to all athletes from JP2 Catholic Schools.
Back here on YourLiveEvent.com, but it's been an offensive flurry right now for the Davies Eagles. North trying to find a way to respond. Faulkner drives, misses the shot. Macy Wielden, who's got 8 in this game, gets the rebound. And here comes the Eagles up court to mid-post. Will miss for Wacha. Rebound grab by Flugie under the basket, and North will come back the other way. And a steal. Franks was right there on the far sideline. Extends out, gets it, drives, up for 2, misses the shot. Rebound controlled this time by Scari. She'll turn for 2, won't get there. And rebound knocked away by Hammis from the pressure, and she's able to find Thiel, her teammate. Thiel at the lane, up for 2, will get it. Grace Thiel. She has 7 for Fargo North. That ends their scoring drought here, but they got some work to do, down by 14 with just under 8 to go in the first half.
It's like we always talk about in basketball, it's a game of runs. So now how does North respond to this early run from Davies?
You know, they put together some good offensive, couple offensive possessions as a putback for Wielden off the missed shot from Passanante. And Wielden in double figures now with 10 exactly.
Macabre signee really starting to assert herself early in this game.
Ball comes onto the near side. Flugie will go to the top of the key to Anderson. North scored, Davies had 19 in the first half in that game against Cheyenne. They've eclipsed that mark as Grace Thiel draws another foul and will go to the line for 2 more. Fallon Passanante called for her second personal, 4th team foul. She is the first Davies player with multiple fouls.
You talk about for North, really great start for the sophomore here at the free throw line.
And she'll hit the first free throw. 8 in the game for Thiel, trying to make it 9. Second bucket is good. And 9 of her team's 13 points right now as Carrie Osier will check back into the game. Davies making some substitutions of their own. One of them is Ashton Safransky, who has the basketball right now. Safransky on the near side, drops back over to Franks. Deep 3 on the way, off the iron. And Fuji knocked away the rebound, was able to find Hammis, her teammate. Hammis moving to the near wing and sends a pass down the line to Anderson, almost picked off. Anderson in the lane beyond the arc. And North finds some room in the lane, and a hook shot. Fuji gets 2. Nice set by North. They knew what they wanted to do there. They got that open lane, and Fuji finishes with the hook shot. 27-15, a 12-point deficit for Fargo North. Last time we checked in on their shooting numbers, it was 33%. As here comes a long 2 that will miss. Rebound will come to Fuji. They've improved those numbers slightly, has North. 5 points they've improved their shooting right now at 38%. 52% shooting right now for the Davies Eagles.
We talk about giving credit. North continuing to attack, even against this early little deficit, continuing to stay to their game plan.
Faulkner misses the hook shot. Ball gets picked up. Pass to Wheeldon. Wasn't quite ready for that one. That will get by her. And North kind of conceded trying to get second chance points on that shot, and it pays off there as they disrupted the transition play of Davies.
Absolutely. Field coming back in for North.
6:09 to go in the first half on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. 4 locations, 2 in Fargo, 1 in Dilworth, 1 in Detroit Lakes. See them online, UnitedSavingsCU.org. Osier comes inside, finds Hammis to the corner, works into the hands of Faulkner for 3, and that one in and out.
And that's what North does such a good job of. They'll flash all their kids inside, out of their sets, out of their man offense, and they have such good ball movement out of it.
And this one will count for 2.
Quinn Scarry for 2.
Scarry will get her first 2, makes it 29-15.
Davies staying with their heavy ball pressure, extending out, trying to give North fits.
And North they kind of dropped off a bit, but they've come back to having that composure on offense. They're taking their time. They're sticking to what they want to do. As it comes to the corner now to Thiel. She'll drive, kicks it across. Anderson for 3. This one in and out.
And that possession right there is exactly where North is so deadly. The drive and kick into the open 3.
Ball winds up in the hands of Safransky. You think about even what 2 made threes looks like right now for Fargo North as a shot from the elbow and nothing but net. Scarry has scored her fourth straight, makes it 31-15.
Fun for the freshman to come in like that and hit 2 shots on back-to-back possessions.
Thiel with the ball will feed to Osier, guarded by Wheeldon. Throws inside, comes to Thiel off the defense. She is denied by Wacha. Ball gets scooped up, and Wacha coming up court's going to draw a foul, and I believe that's only going to be the second. Yeah, will be the second foul.
We talked about her on Thursday, but that's where Wacha is so crucial for Davies. The 5'10 guard, guarding the little point guards, able to slide alongside, steps in and guards the post at times when needed, and does such a great job of keeping straight up, keeping her hands high, shuffling alongside, and not picking up a foul on that drive.
Safransky gets the inbound, will come up court. Guarded by Hammis, moves to the left side. Feeds over to Franks. Now into the hands of Wacha. Nice move by Wacha, puts up the shot and draws the foul. And Trip to the free throw line coming up for Ashley Wacha.
On the Spartans, number 2, Nora Flugie, her first personal.
Well, Flugie will be called for her second personal, third-team foul. So now both teams have at least one player with a pair of fouls to their name, as the first free throw will miss. Macy Wilden's the game lead scorer right now with 10. Grace Thiel behind her with 9. 16-point advantage right now for the Eagles, looking for win number 21 and a trip on to State as the second shot good for Wacha.
Brooke Everson back in for the Eagles. Also number 5,
Obviously, we know the reason why it looks like this, Trevor, but Davies 20-2 on the season, 21-1 in the EDC with that 2-point win that they had against North.
And after all the seniors they graduated last year, just a beyond impressive year for Davies.
Ball handled by Ogier. To the hands. Fuji takes the shot off the side of the iron, and rebound wasn't played cleanly by Ogier, but has hands on it, and it's ripped away. And able to stay through the dribble is Everson.
One thing we haven't talked about enough here early is
it's a missed 3. Rebound is collected by Faulkner.
Finish my point there, sorry about that, is how Davies is holding North to one and done on almost every possession, not giving North any second chances.
And pass attempt to the top of the key, redirected, but Faulkner keeps it, fakes the pass, comes to the drive, and will be fouled by Everson. And part of that is because of the aggressiveness of Davies, and I think in a few situations, North is again kind of maybe sold out a little bit on their post presence for the sake of defense.
Exactly, and they're doing a good job of bringing Ogier out, trying to draw Wielden away from the basket on a lot of these possessions, and North continuing to attack, continuing to get shots from multiple areas and all the spots they wanted to.
Faulkner's first free throw is good. She'll get another one coming up, and we've seen North, they were up to 38% shooting. That has dropped down to 26. Davies at 50%. They have dropped a point or two, but really have stayed around that 50% mark. Second free throw in is 32-17, under 3.5 to play in the first half. Turnovers right now, a 5-3 in favor of Davies. Works itself to the corner. Safransky for 3 and gets it.
Ashton Safransky for 3.
Davies doing a good job of staying composed, keeping the ball moving up, and finding the open shooter in the corner.
Safransky has done so much in this game, you don't realize those are her first points. That 3 right there makes it 35-17.
That's what's so impressive about the junior, is that she just causes an impact on the game without scoring half the time, and you forget that she's a 20-point per game scorer in conference.
Flugie, nice finish there at the rim. That is her 4th off the bench, 35-19. Franks tries to drive in, feeds to Safransky, looks around, takes a shot. Could she make it 5 straight? Will miss off the backboard into the hands of Carrie Ogier. Ogier to Flugie. Under 2.5 to play here in this first half. Comes off the screen, now is guarded by Wielden on the switch. Will come back to Thiel. And North wants to reset their offense, has a few seconds to work with here. A drive on the near post. Pass will come to Faulkner. Faulkner baseline, turns, shoots, off the iron, rebound, Safransky.
Something that's not kept track of very easily, but I'd love to see, is how many possessions Davies has forced North under 10 seconds on the shot clock.
3 off the mark, rebound pulled in by Fuji. Yeah, we're gonna have to double, triple the stat crew for the Torrential Tournament Committee to get some of those numbers. But, you know, and you know, those are the things, is we don't get to see all those numbers at any level of high school just because of you don't have all those resources. But those are some of those interesting things that you see, is these short possessions, your plus minus, things like that, and how they add to the game. You wish you can see those things to really see some of the impact these players have had in this game today.
Exactly. And us as coaches, we find our own niche stats that we like to go back and keep track of and separately stat, but
as the ball will come to the corner, skipped across to the near side. Safransky tries to drive. Will go top of the key. Here comes the 3, and that is good for Carly Franks. Her second made 3. She's got 12, and it is 38-19.
So how does North finish this half, finish these last 90 seconds?
Handoff will come to Faulkner. Pass attempt inside, redirected into the hands of Safransky. Up for 2, nothing but net.
Ashton Safransky scoring.
That is 40-19.
That's what's been so in the last couple years with Davies. It's so hard to finish a half. It's amazing how many times they end halves on little 4-0, 6-0 runs.
And Faulkner's going to be fouled in the lane. That will be foul number 6. And it'll be on the ground. You know, how many games have you seen won and lost in the final 2 minutes of a half? Oh, you know, when you look at the Class B level, the final 90 seconds to a minute of your quarters.
It's never talked about enough because that starts a run that oftentimes carries into the second half. And if you end on a 6-0 run and then the team opens on a 6-0 run to start the second half, it's huge.
Grace Thiel hits North's first 3. Spartans needed that spark here as it's 40-22. Anderson gave the great inbound pass, and Thiel was able to finish. 17 seconds to go in the half. Wheeled in, hook shot good. And that'll be 12 for Wheelden. Ties Franks as the team's lead scorer, 12 apiece. We'll have our first half numbers coming up on our First Class Mortgage halftime report. 2-second difference. Less than that, about a second difference in the shot clock and the game clock. Here comes a 3, and that one almost through for Flugie. 12 seconds left in the half here in this EDC qualifying game. State qualifying game from the EDC tournament. Everson on the drive, 2 seconds left, looks for a pass, comes to Safransky, and she is fouled. Ashton Safransky will get 2 shots coming up.
Just a fun little set out of Davies, running a little time, and then any one of those guards can see an opening and explode through and get to the basket.
Ashton Safransky to the free throw line, shooting 2.
And the first for Safransky, that is good. Now a 21-point lead. Second one is in, 44-22. Davies has doubled up North as our first half is in the books. Our score on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, Davies 44, North 22. Halftime report coming up next on YourLiveEvent.com.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
Hi, this is Steve Dalen from Piper's Auction and Realty. We have an excellent auction featuring 425 acres of great cropland located in Cass County, North Dakota. The Nelson Family Cropland Auction will take place at the Governor's Inn, Castleton, North Dakota, starting at 3 p.m. on March 14th. This will be a live and online auction. High-quality cropland near Arthur, North Dakota rarely hits the open market. Don't miss this sale. For questions, call me, Steve Dalen, at 701-893-8517.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family owned and farmers first.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
At If you love Bison football like I do, you're gonna love this. The Bison credit card from First Western. People ask me all the time, how did you get that? Easy, I'm a fan.
Introducing the Bison credit card, featuring cashback rewards and no annual fee. Only available at First Western to all credit-approved Bison fans.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For 20 years, 702 Communications has been connecting people and businesses to the world through internet, telephone, and TV. And as your needs have changed, so has 702. Our dedication to our community and customers runs deep. So when you call, we listen. And you can trust that we'll never stop working to bring the latest technology to our friends and neighbors. Thank you for 20 years in business. The best is yet to come.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Many factors impact your ability to increase profits on the farm. Make sure your planter is an asset and not a liability. Some limiting factors in making the perfect planter pass are row maintenance, meter calibration, and downforce management. It will not cost you anything to have the conversation about identifying those limiting factors. Call RDK Enterprises 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
And we're at the half. Our score here on our First Class Mortgage halftime report. Davies 44, North 22. Joel Morgan, Trevor Olson here on this broadcast. And first off, Trevor, before we get into the numbers, it for the longest stretch of this game, it felt so much closer than it did. Credit North having some poise, sticking to their game plan, kind of shutting down Davies at times, but they did what they wanted to do. Davies is just kind of overpowering them in that, I'd say, about the second half of this first half.
Exactly. They came out of that, I believe, second timeout after going into it on a 4-0 run, kind of extended that into another 8-0 run, and it's just they're too explosive of a team that you can be content with playing with. You know you have to do something to make sure they don't get in a rhythm, because as soon as they get in the rhythm, we see the 6-0, 8-0 runs before you can even blink half the time.
Yeah, and it really is. It's two big runs that have been the biggest separation, and North's three-point shooting not as sharp as it's been throughout the year, but North has been impressive, and I'm very impressed by the way they showed up in this game and the way that they've stuck to what they do and what they do well. Let's take a look at the numbers. Team-wise, Davies shooting 50%. They've been at 50% and stayed at 50%. North has kind of fluctuated their shooting. They were up to about 38%, got back into the 20s, now settle at 30 for the half. Three-point shooting, 3 for 12 is Davies. North, 1 for 8 from long range, a team that was powered by some great three-point shooting from Arden Faulkner in their win against Wahpeton. Just 1-3 in the first half. Free throw shooting, Davies 5 for 6. North 7 for 9. Rebounding 18-11 in favor of Davies. The big number I'm looking at, Trevor, offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds. 13 defensive rebounds for Davies. They've done a nice job limiting second chance points for North.
Oh, exactly, and holding a team like North that's relentless, always attacking the basket, always at the basket. It's so hard to hold them to 0 offensive boards, and being +7, giving up no second chance points, and not only taking the 7 turnovers they forced North into, but getting 8 points out of that is just huge for Davies right now.
Yeah, 7 rebounding, turnover battle, 7-3 in favor of Davies. Some individual numbers: Macy Wielden, 12 points, 3 rebounds. Carly Franks, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 made threes. Ashton Safransky, 7 points, 4 steals, 3 rebounds. Those 7 points really came in the final few minutes of the first half. Ashley Wacha, 5.3 rebounds. Quinn Scari, 4 points. Brooke Everson, Mariah Berry, and 3 points apiece. For Fargo North, Grace Thiel, 12 points, 5 for 5 from the free throw line. 4 points, 5 rebounds for Arden Faulkner. Nora Flugie with 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 points for Carrie Ogier in the first half. of this contest. So those are our first half numbers on our First Class Mortgage halftime report. First Class is more than just their name, it's how they do business. Check them out online at firstclasscore.com. Our score at the half, 44-22. Our second half coming up when we return on yourliveevent.com.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Bank of North Dakota wants you to be confident when it's time to make student loan decisions. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident to calculate the maximum amount of student loan debt that is recommended based on your career choice. You can also learn how to apply for financial aid and get tips to cut education expenses. Visit bnd.nd.gov/confident today.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
You live life on the move. While you determine what direction that may be, we're here to help along the way. So go. Go with values. Go with friends. Go with support. Go with convenience.
Welcome back to the second half, state qualifying game of the EDC basketball tournament on yourliveevent.com. 18 minutes goes up on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard, and we talk about the final 2-3 minutes of a second half as a feed to Safransky. Might have been a broken play, but either way it finishes with 2. But Trevor, we talked about how big the final 2 minutes are to end a half. How about these 2 minutes to start the half for North? This is going to be kind of telling of what they can do here to try to mount this comeback. As Safransky gets a steal, passes across the lane to Carly Franks, and she'll be fouled.
You know, as coaches, we talk about the start of games and the start of halves being some of the most important minutes, because it sets the tone, it sets your entire half up for how it's going to play.
First free throw, that is on the mark for Franks. She has 13. She will take over as the game's lead scorer. Second one on the way, that's good. 14 for her. It is 22-48. Davies looking for win number 21 and a trip back to state. North looking for a trip to state and would be win number 9. They need to start getting on a run here. They have not really had that big run. I think they've maybe had a 4-point run, but have not been able to get anything past that.
And that's always hard, and when basketball is a game of runs, you have to find a way to string your own together.
Ball gets inbounded and knocked out of bounds. Coming up after this one, we'll have another state qualifier. That will be Shanley and Red River. Chase Miller will be on the call for that one. As ball inbounded to the corner, here comes a 3. That one's off the mark and a down player right now for Davies. That was Watcher. She'll come back to her feet as the ball still controlled by North. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Handled by Hammis. Puts it in the hands of Grace Anderson, back inside to Hammis. Now over to the corner to Ozier, 10 on the shot clock. North needs to get a shot off here quick, and the pass attempt to the corner directed out of bounds by Fallon Passanante. And Ashley Watcher, who got back to her feet, will check out of the game. Coming in will be Brooke Everson. Inbound. Comes to Thiel, up for 3, won't get it, and a battle for the rebound, and we're going to get a held ball. Passanante came down with Hammis, and it almost looked like wrestling. the way that they were kind of just torqued and contorted there for that ball.
Two kids just battling, trying not to let the possession go to waste.
Inbound, comes to Faulkner, goes to the baseline, to Thiel, to the corner. Three is up and good. Grace Anderson gets the first points of the second half for North. Their second made three, makes it 48-25.
Credit to North there. That whole possession happens because of a third chance, not giving up and battling all the way through.
Drive, shot, good for two. Franks with their 16th. That's 50-25. Be interesting to see how this state qualifying round shakes up here in the EDC. As a drive, hook shot, good for two. Faulkner with 6.
Oh, without a doubt. And I think on paper, these were two very good games, and you never know, North could make a run out of it, but Davies looking really comfortable right now and getting the shots where they want and almost taking them at will.
And the three will miss for Safransky. Rebound is controlled by Everson. Well, you think, so if Red River and Davies are winners in their state qualifiers, one of them is going to have to be the 3, one of them is going to have to be the 4 coming out of this region.
You know, that's something we talked about. I was talking about with one of my coworkers yesterday, is how it just makes state that much more interesting. You know, you never want to assume anything, but now on paper, it's just going to make the job for the West that much harder next week when everything crosses over. Inbound works its way to Franks for 3. She has 7 here in the open up the second half, 19 in this game. It is 53-27, and that's the when things become interesting like that with your state qualifying games is how you're going to seed things. So your number 1 and number 2 seed coming into your EDC tournament, 2 very good teams. There's a 3 on the way. This one off the iron for Faulkner, and the ball is out of bounds. Will go to Davies. But your 1 and 2 teams become your 3 and 4, and that's kind of what they're trying to replicate a little bit when we look at ahead to next year. What will be the new Class A is the fact that you're going to be able to challenge now if you're a third place winner for a spot out of a corresponding district. As a 3 top of the key, that will miss for Franks. Rebound is picked up under the basket. Hook shot will miss for Everson. I think in so many ways next year will be so interesting with this whole 3-class system and just everything going into effect almost really fast.
As Passanante held up on the drive, comes to Wielden. Feeds over to Franks, now to the corner. Passanante contested 2 off the iron. Rebound tipped away and is picked up by Thiel. 3 will miss and is out of bounds, and it is back to Davies. And me and Chase have kind of been keeping tabs a little bit on how we're seeing what are going to be some finals for Class B Region 1 as we know it, what are going to be some finals, at least in the basketball world. Some finals here for what is Class A as we know it, the EDC as we know it. And something that's going to be interesting is the fact that, you know, Valley City, for instance, next year will be Class A. It won't be AA in basketball, but they'll be EDC for volleyball. Teams like Kindred, teams like Central Cass that will be Class A next year will be in Class B Region 1 for their fall sports. So there is a lot of interesting things taken with the passing of these 3 classes for next year, and obviously there'll be some growing pains in a handful of years, but you know, think about how things are going to look 3-4 seasons down the road, and think about what South Dakota's done with their 3 classes. If North Dakota's going to be able to mirror that, having 3 great tournaments every year for basketball.
It would be nice to see, and change is always good, but like we talk about a lot, with change comes growing pains, so we'll just see. I love that we're committing to change, and I know that it's going to take some patience, and we have to understand that we're going to go through some growing pains here the next couple of years, but I'm excited for us to go through the change as a state.
And second buzzer here on this timeout. 14:27 left to go in this ball game on our United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Stay tuned for a post-game show. We'll talk to a member of this winning team. We'll name our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. We'll have that coming as well, as Davies ready to inbound the basketball out of this timeout.
And this is what you look for as a team that's down in your winner go home game, is what change are you going to make? And North picking up full court a little bit just to get something different.
And we're going to see a foul come, as trying to get the rebound was Hammis. Ashton Safransky called for her second, team first of the half. Grace Anderson will check back into the game for Fargo North. 6 games to be played here today, 5 more after this here at the Shack. And it was rocking last night in those semifinal games. It'll be rocking all day today.
Like we talked about, just 3 great days of basketball for this conference. Always fun to be here at the Shack to finish off a regular season, postseason play.
Ball gets sent to Faulkner. Fuji lost her footing, was able to get the feed. Faulkner misses the runner, and the ball is loose, grabbed at the baseline. Berrien will pick up the basketball and feeds to Safransky. Inside of 14 minutes left to play. Trapped at the baseline. Everson feeds to Passanante. She is held up. And we're going to see a timeout taken by Davies. Timeout comes with 13:39 left to play. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo, and the 2023 season will be their biggest yet. 6 classes of weekly racing each Friday night beginning May 5th, plus World of Outlaw late models on June 28th, World of Outlaw sprint cars on August 26th, plus the Sanders Stock Car Challenge, 2-night Howie Schill NLRA late model special, Big Iron Race, and much more on the schedule. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information. Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo.
13 minutes, 39 seconds left to play in this state qualifying game of the EDC tournament. 53-27 is the score. And it's the 10 best days this summer, July 7th through 16th at the Red River Valley Fair. Grandstand acts include Dan and Shay Shinedown, Jelly Roll, Leonard Skinner, Flow Rider, and the Yin Yang Twins. Get your tickets now at redrivervalleyfair.com. Don't forget to buy in advance. There's a 3 on the way. That one will miss for Wacha. Passanante gets the rebound. The putback, that will graze the net. Passanante gets it, goes for an outlet pass, loses her footing, and we're going to see a held ball that will stay with Davies.
Giving credit to both teams here. Nobody's letting the score dictate their style of play. Everybody's still battling hard, scrapping, not letting any possession just be assumed to go.
And number 3, Carly Franks back in.
Franks, Scary will check back into the game for Davies. 13:26 left to go. Our score at the half was 44-22 in favor of the Eagles, and it was a quick scoring run for Franks. Scored 7 points and seemingly felt like a minute, and to really push that lead in front for Davies. Again, looking for win number 21 of the year and a return back trip to state. Feet on the post, wheeled in. Gets held up, hangs on to the basketball, loses her footing out of bounds. A win for Davies. They are the 3 seed out of this region, and 4 seed will come out of the next game.
Which isn't where they want to be, but anytime anybody makes state, you always feel good about yourself.
And the way they've competed at state last few years as well for Davies. As Thiel comes in on the drive, held up by Wheeldon, turns, nice move off the backboard with the shot, and Franks has the rebound. Safransky with the basketball, drives up the shoot, misses off the side of the iron, rebound for Grace Anderson, and back the other way for North. Anderson will come to Faulkner, back over to Anderson, now pass attempt to the corner, this one knocked out of bounds.
Davies showing what they're best at, getting their hands on every pass, every dribble.
Number 14, Mariah Berrien checking.
Mariah Berrien will check back into the game. Ashton Safransky will check out. Safransky out of this game for will be a quick rest as she has 9 points in the contest. Inbound, comes to Faulkner, turns, misses it. Rebound Franks. Scary dribbling towards the near side. Feeds this one over to Everson. Franks comes to drive, up for 2, misses the shot. Franks goes for the putback, is fouled. I believe that was Faulkner's hand that caught her wrist. That will be
Falls on the Spartans, number 5, Arden Faulkner.
Arden Faulkner's first, third team foul.
Franks at the free throw line, shooting 2.
Franks has not missed a free throw in this game. She'll get up here to shoot 2, and she'll hit the first. She's got 20 points.
That's what you look at for Davies. There's so much potential from every facet of their offense, from the starting 5, kids off the bench, and they do a great job of continuing to feed the kid with a hot hand.
Faulkner handles the ball for North. Over to the near side, Hammis. Now top of the key, Anderson up for three, off the iron. Grabbed at the baseline, Hammis, nice job getting there for the rebound. It's set back in motion, comes to Faulkner. 25 on the shot clock, North has some time. North trying to avoid losing for the third time this season against the Davies Eagles. Berrien right there for the steal. Drives to the basket, will lose this one out of bounds, comes off the hands of Flugie.
Continuing to push tempo, continuing to attack from both teams right now.
11:28 left to play in this game. Shot attempt blocked, well timed by Olivia Hammis.
Great read there by North.
And here comes Davies with the basketball. Three from the far wing. Franks won't get it. Rebound pulled down by Olivia Hammis. The sophomore has gotten in the mix a little bit more here in the second half. All handled by the Spartans. Hammis with the ball. Feeds to Thiel. Comes to the free throw line. Faulkner for two, won't get it. Everson has the rebound for Davies. Everson the drive, won't get the shot. And it's Sanderson with the ball. 10 minutes, 40 seconds to play, and a three is up for Hammis.
Hammis for three.
Third made three of the game for North.
North not backing down, continuing to attack, continuing to stay committed to what they're trying to do.
And North ready to play this one all the way to the end, regardless of the score, as Scari trying to drive, held up by Thiel. Able to find an open Franks for two, 23 for Carly Franks.
Continuing to find the hot hand, continue to let her get the shot she wants.
Thiel far wing, feeds inside, finds Faulkner. Now over to the right side, Anderson. Anderson held up on the block, looking for help, will come to Thiel. Contested three is up, will miss for Faulkner. Put back attempt off the side of the iron. Third chance points coming, and that is good for Hammis.
Olivia Hammis for two.
Hammis has scored 5 straight for Fargo North.
Not giving up on a play, continue to fight for her team.
Handled by Scari. To the elbow, Wheeldon looking around. Wheeldon, 12 points, had all in the first half. Scored 8 within the first 5 minutes of the game as a scramble for the loose ball. And we're going to see a held ball, and it will go to North. And now 4 new players coming in for Davies.
Osher checking back in. Ashley Wacha, Ashley Safransky, Fallon Passanante, and Arabelle Tookshire checking into the game.
Arabelle Tookshire seeing the court for the first time in this contest. So Davies changing the rotation here a little bit with this 57-32 lead. Feed inside, pass comes a little low, held on by Hammis, taken away, and Safransky handling the basketball. Three from the left side, good for Franks.
Franks for three.
26 for Franks, and it is 60-32 in favor of Davies. Anderson drives, kicks to the corner, finds Hammis, and we're going to see a foul call coming.
Davies clicking on all cylinders right now, offense and defense, forcing North into tough looks. North not backing down, continuing to fight though.
8:46 left to play, and Safransky through the passing lane will come to Franks. Franks has had the hot hand of this one as it's across to Passanante, and one, count it.
Fallon Passanante scoring.
Good finding, great finish there.
Falls on the Spartans, number 15, Grace
So
Anderson.
Grace Anderson will be the guilty party on that one. Brooke Everson will check back into the game. Coming out will be Ashley Wacha.
Passanante at the line, shooting one.
Passanante averaging 16 a game. This will just be her 3rd point attempt. She gets it. This should be her attempt at her 3rd point of the game. The freshman saw some time as an 8th grader and worked her way into the starting lineup as a freshman.
Just exploded onto the scene this year. Had some huge games early on against some really tough teams.
Hammis with the basketball. Feeds inside. trying to go to the baseline was Ogier. As the ball's knocked out of bounds. 8:21 left to go in the game. Inbound to Faulkner, gets knocked away. Here comes a fast break across to Safransky. Layup is good. 11 for Ashton Safransky, and we're going to get a timeout taken by North. 8:11 left to play in this one on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. We'll be back on yourliveevent.com.
St. John Paul II Catholic Schools is a community inspiring excellence through faith, learning, and service. They have provided a faith-based learning environment for over 100 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area. At JP2 Catholic Schools, they form community leaders as they begin their journey of excellence, beginning with 3-year-old little deacons all the way through 12th grade deacons. The tradition of excellence continues at JP2 Catholic Schools. It is the Deacon Way. Good luck to all athletes from JP2 Catholic Schools.
The Benedictine Living Community in Ada is currently hiring for the following positions: Director of Nursing, full-time exempt position; CNA, full and part-time, need not be certified to apply, will train you; Resident Assistant, full-time assisted living position; and RN LPN charge nurse, full-time days and overnights. For more information, log on to blcada.org/jobs or call 218-784-5500. Consider a career with the Benedictine Living Community in Ada.
The Fargo South Bruin Booster Club is a proud supporter of all Fargo South activities. They're grateful for the current corporate sponsors, Gate City Bank, Craftwell, Midco, and First International Bank, for their continued support. The mission of the Bruin Booster Club is to support students' ability to participate in all kinds of South High activities, while promoting school spirit, encouraging parent and community support for the Bruins. There's still time to become a member. Check them out on Facebook or search the Fargo South homepage for more information.
Coming out of that timeout, Davies, or rather North with the basketball, trailing Davies 65-32. 3 off the mark, rebound pulled down by Safransky. Long feed to Franks, who's on the doorstep of 30 with 26 points, goes baseline. Tewksher couldn't find an open shot, will reset the offense. Safransky finds Franks into the hands of Passanante. 3 for Passanante off the end of the iron, and scramble for the ball. And coming out of the pile is Everson. Davies right now with a 33-point advantage. Passanante in the lane, up for 2, gets it.
And that's what makes the freshman so deadly. Such a quick release from 3 that you have to be there as soon as she catches, but will also have the quickest first step and get downhill on the pull-up or at the rim.
Feed comes down low. Hammis scores her 7th of the game and of the half, makes it 67-34. Long feed to Passanante, up for 3, hits it. 8 for Fallon Passanante, and it seems to all come here in a row. 70-34 the score, 6:45 left to go, and this is where the balancing act now comes in. If you're Davies, is a feed to Flugie and an and one. You got to try to mix your lineup here a little bit in this game with this lead that you have, but you know you want to stay sharp, as you know this is it before state coming up next.
It's so hard because you don't want to let your kids sit for 7 minutes and take a break, and you want to set the tone and continue momentum into state next week.
Or Flugie at the line. Looking for her 7th, she'll get it. 37-70 on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. Credit to Fargo North for coming out the way they did in this game, playing the way that they have in the second half. Even at this point, down big, they're continuing to stay aggressive, trying to get points, finishing plays, trying to end their season strong.
You're absolutely right. Big credit to those kids, not backing down, continuing to fight, not giving up at all.
Viola Sandstrom, the sophomore, will come into the game for the first time. You look at the seniors on this team, the senior on this team at Arden Faulkner, the lone senior for Fargo North. You get so used, Trev, to saying seniors because most teams have multiple layers of leadership, as driving with Sandstrom tries to send a pass out, and I think we're going to see a foul call against Safransky. That will be her 3rd. You're used to seeing that multi-layer of seniors, but the rarity to have just one senior on your team, it doesn't happen too often, and a lot falls on those seniors when you have just one of them.
And it just goes to show, while Arden is a big part of what this North team does, they're just going to continue to be back here. They were starting to set this stage for having a good couple years of being competitive in the EDC.
Ball gets handled by Thiel. Looking to drive, up for two, gets it. 14 for Grace Thiel. That is 70-39. 5:47 and counting left to go. Franks hands it off to Passanante, who has the hot hand right now for Davies. Now comes to Franks. Now to Passanante. Over to Franks. Thought about the three. Got closed in quickly. Nice defense by Faulkner. Inside of Wielden. Off the glass. Up for two. 14 for Macy Wielden. 72-39 the score. Faulkner drives, looking for help. Will come to Thiel. Thiel up for three, will miss. Picked up by Wielden. 6'2" senior and Macy Wielden. Ball handled by Everson. Takes the shot and one.
Brooke Everson scoring.
Everson to the line. Foul call will be against Sandstrom.
Calls on the Spartans, number 33, Viola Sandstrom, her first personal, 15 foul. Everson shooting one.
Viola, the hero of Thursday night's game for North and their win over Wapaton. Coming off the bench, playing huge minutes when North is in foul trouble.
Yeah, Sandstrom had 10 points, 5 rebounds in that win against Wapaton that put them in the state qualifying game. Remember, the first of 6. Another girls state qualifier coming up after this, Shanley and Red River. We're going to see a foul called.
Calls on the Eagles, number 23,
Brooke Everson's third.
15 foul.
4:47 left to play. Inbound comes to Thiel. Guarded by Safransky, a tall order there to be guarded by her. Comes to Sandstrom. Back to Thiel, now to the corner. Into the hands of Arden Faulkner. To Anderson. Anderson on the drive. Gets corralled towards the near corner. A feed to Thiel. Hook shot will miss. Sandstrom putback will miss. Safransky this time the rebound. Davies will get their 21st win of the season. North will fall to 8-17, and an attempt at a block shot. Nice play by Thiel, but will be tagged up for the foul. That will be her second.
Calls on the Spartans, number 15, Grace Anderson.
Foul number 6 for the Spartans, but it is a shooting foul. Foul on Passanante, who has 8 in this game, trying to get in double figures. All of it would be in the second half, and all of it will be what has seemed like the last 5 or 6 minutes. Arabelle Tuxer will check back into the game. Here, Ozier will come back into the game for North. Nora Fuji will also come back in. Here comes the second free throw. That will miss. Rebound gets two-handed by Ozier.
And give credit to the freshman here for Davies, Passanante. It's the hardest thing in this game to have a rough showing in the first half. You know, not hitting the shots you normally do, especially after coming out and having a pretty good game Thursday night. But she hasn't quit. She hasn't stopped shooting. She's stayed committed to it, keep taking the right shots, and they're starting to fall for her.
Ball gets picked up in the hands of Hammis. And a scramble for the ball over here on the near side. No one with control. Safransky will pick it up, feeds up court, comes to Franks, who will score her 28th. And we're going to get an official's timeout as down went Faulkner, and it will be a timeout. Actually, it will be a timeout charged to Davies. We'll step aside back here on YourLiveEvent.com.
If you love Bison football like I do, you're going to love this. The Bison credit card from First Western. People ask me all the time, how did you get that? Easy. I'm a fan.
Introducing the Bison credit card, featuring cashback rewards and no annual fee. Only available at First Western to all credit-approved Bison fans.
First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
The City of Hillsborough encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsborough for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
Back here on yourliveevent.com, 3 minutes, 40 seconds left to go, and the Davies Eagles will be on to the state basketball tournament as the 3 seed out of the East. The number 1 seed in this tournament losing to West Fargo Cheyenne in the semis. Cheyenne playing the game of the year for them as a shot on the near side, up for 3 off the end of the iron. Cheyenne, a team that has continued to improve the second half of this year. Very impressive. They played the game of the year, and they'll probably go for game of the year again against West Fargo.
Without a doubt, I think it's going to be a very interesting game. You know, it was a 6-point contest last time, and like we talked about, the hardest thing to do this time of year is beat a team for that 3rd time. So we'll see. I'm very excited for it.
3 minutes, 20 seconds to go, and now we're seeing a little bit of a different look from the Davies lineup as they have gone to their bench in this final 3 minutes. North going to keep their starters out there as long as they can, or a mix of some of their starters out here as long as they can. They've taken their senior Arden Faulkner out of the game. She went down, being tended to by the trainer, was able to walk off the court as a missed shot, and rebound is controlled by Davies. You imagine North will try to get their senior back out there one more time before removing her from the game, just to get that ovation. You know, you kind of honor your seniors pulling them from the game the way that you do in front of your crowd.
Exactly.
Berrien will feed over to the near side. Scari with the ball on the drive. 11 seconds on the shot clock. This one off the iron. Ball picked up at the baseline. Put back attempt. That will miss. And this time the ball is brought in by Hammis from Fargo North. And we're going to see a foul call coming here. It'll be foul number 6.
Calls on the Eagles, number 12, Cadence Modine, her first personal. 16 foul.
And now we're going to see some substitutions. Sophia Vega will come into the game for Fargo North.
Sophia Vega checking in for the Spartans.
Vega, the 5'4" junior guard, will see her first action. 2:22 to play, so North going to clear their bench here a little bit. 78-39 the score. Here comes a 3, and it's good for Thiel.
Thiel for 3.
17 for Thiel. That is 78-42. And rebound gets picked up by Hammis. Inside of 2 minutes left to play here on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard. And a hook shot in for Flugie.
Flugie for 2.
Flugie with 9 in the game. It is 78-44. Again, 21 wins on the season for Davies. Not too often you have a 20-win team come out as your 3 seed from your region. It goes to show how tough EDC teams got at the end of the year as a shot will come off the backboard. Not to say that the first half of the year or anything like that wasn't tough basketball, but everyone just seemed to improve rapidly over the last 5 weeks of the season. It was impressive to see across the board as now North is going to clear their bench. Both teams clearing their bench here for this final 1 minute, 19 seconds. And you'll have the North fans will give a standing ovation to their starters that have been on the court late in this game. It was 44-22 at the half. North, though, came out with poise and a game plan, and they rolled with it, and they just, Davies just had the horses here to kind of put themselves in front here of this game. 78-44 the score. Ball will come out of bounds, 1:18 left to play.
But it's like you talk about, all the credit has to go, North has to get all the credit right now. They never back down. They never quit.
Yeah, they will look back at this game. Obviously won't be happy with the results, but especially for everyone that will return next year, you're happy with your performance and what you're able to do in stretches against a tough team like Davies, or routinely a top 5 team, not just in your region, but a top 5 team in Class A basketball here in the state of North Dakota. Is less than a minute now left to play. Boogie with the ball will come back beyond the arc, and it's going to be stolen away. Dobbs with the ball. Dobbs feeds a pass that comes a little too high. 45 seconds left to play, and I would imagine Davies right now is going to try to get some seconds off the clock. The officials will call their timeout as they want to get some players to come in off the bench into this game.
Always special for these coaches, being able to get the whole team in the game.
You know, and think about what that does for the future of your program. It keeps your players who don't get to see a lot of varsity action excited. Your younger players, something to look forward to, a chance to play here on this court, I think in itself is pretty impressive.
Exactly. You always want kids to start getting comfortable on this court when we play here at the most important time of the year.
And ball is brought up court by Dobbs. 14 seconds left to go, 78-44. And that score about to become final here. And it will. Davies is on to the state basketball tournament. Win number 21 of the year, 78-44 the final score. Post-game show coming your way next on yourliveevent.com.
Go Promo is a brand-boosting, swag-selling, creative promo agency.
We provide the highest quality screen printing, embroidery, and promotional products to organizations that want to build and strengthen their brand. Go Promo also provides custom pop-up stores to manage orders, payments, sizing, and more online. With locations in West Fargo, Bismarck, and Hope, we have you covered. Go to justgopromo.com or follow us on social media. That's justgopromo.com. Consider it branded.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo, and the 2023 season will be their biggest yet. 6 classes of weekly racing each Friday night beginning May 5th, plus World of All Out late models on June 28th, World of All Out sprint cars on August 26th, plus the Sanders Stock Car Challenge, 2-night Howie Schill NRA late model special, Big Iron Race, and much more on the schedule. Log on to RedRiverValleySpeedway.com for more information. Your home for big-time racing is Red River Valley Speedway in West Fargo.
And welcome to our post-game show. A win here for Davies. They defeat North 78-44 in the state qualifying game, and they are on to the state tournament. Carly Franks joining us on the post-game. First off, congratulations. Not the route necessarily you wanted to take to go on to state, but nonetheless, you guys are going on to state. How's that feel?
It feels great. I think it's just something that our team really wanted, and we came out and we executed well.
Fargo North, you guys jumped out to an early lead against Fargo North, but you know, give them credit. They really pushed you guys. They stuck to their game plan, and even in the second half when you guys had a nice lead, North really kept you guys, the pressure on you guys.
Yeah, during the first half we came in and we knew that we were doing what we wanted to and executing well, like I said, but we knew that we needed to come out just as strong in the second half to keep that lead.
Second half of the game, you really came alive with 16 points. You had 12 in the first half. You're kind of getting closer up to those 30 points, but what was going well for you? What were you seeing that led to your offensive output today?
I think just our team did really well, especially just matching up in transition, and a lot of the times our defense leads to like just pushing it faster on offense, and our team just did a really good job on passing the ball around and finding that open person.
And you look at the second half, Fallon didn't have any points in the first half. She gets 10. Ashton did a lot for you guys. You didn't realize she didn't have as many points as she normally does. She finishes with 7, but what does it say to how your team plays their roles and how well you guys work together when you have numbers like that?
We really try to, our team just really works on trying to find the open person, and you know, even if our leading scorer one game isn't the next game, we just look at the person who's hot and keep pushing the ball and moving it around, just trying to win as a team and lose as a team.
WDA tournament going on right now. They're going to figure out their representatives. We got a whole lot of basketball left here today. What is the plan for the rest of this day and then moving on for the next week going to state?
You know, we're just going to celebrate our win and hopefully come back just as strong as we did earlier in the EDC and hopefully take home a dub.
All right, well, congratulations here on the win. I'll let you go celebrate with your teammates.
Awesome, thank you.
Carly Franks joined us here on our post-game show. We got more coming up next on yourliveevent.com.
St. John Paul II Catholic Schools is a community inspiring excellence through faith, learning, and service. They have provided a faith-based learning environment for over 100 years in the Fargo-Moorhead area. At JP2 Catholic Schools, they form community leaders as they begin their journey of excellence, beginning with 3-year-old little deacons all the way through 12th grade deacons. The tradition of excellence continues at JP2 Catholic Schools. It is the Deacon Way. Good luck to all athletes from JP2 Catholic Schools.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
And back here on our post-game show, it is a 78-44 win for Davies over Fargo North. Davies, win number 21 of the year. They are on to the state tournament as the third seed out of the East. Fargo North ends their season 8-17. Some final numbers, and we'll just get you our individual numbers here for this contest. Carly Franks finishes with 28 points. We just had her here on the post-game. 14 points for Macy Wielden, 11 points for Ashton Safransky, Fallon Passionante, 9 points. Brooke Everson, Ashley Wacha, 5 points. Quinn Scary with 4 points. For Fargo North, Grace Thiel, 17 points. She's their lead scorer. Nola Fuji with 9 points, 7 points for Olivia Hammis. Arden Faulkner, the lone senior for North, 6 points, 5 rebounds in the game. Grace Anderson with 3 points. Carrie Ozier with 2 points for Fargo North. Again, they have their season end here in this state qualifying game of the EDC tournament. Time now to give some of our post-game accolades, and we will start first with our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Enbridge Energy Player of the Game for this contest, that will be Carly Franks, who finished it with a game-high 20 points. Life takes energy. Enbridge Energy for Life, enbridge.com for career opportunities. And our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Again, it's going to be kind of a tough call here, as there was good numbers put together on both sides of this matchup, but we will go with our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and that will be Ashton Safransky. Finishes with 11 points, had a handful of turnovers, and created many opportunities for this Davies Eagles team. She is the RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. Get ready for spring planting season with RDK Enterprises. For maintenance, parts, and upgrade options, they can help. Spring will be here before you know it. Let RDK Enterprises meet the challenge with you. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That will do it here for our broadcast. Our next day qualifying game coming up shortly. But again, our final score here on the United Savings Credit Union scoreboard is Davies 78, Fargo North 44. Thanks for being with us on yourliveevent.com.